What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday, and you know what that means. It is time for the next Multiversus yay or nay episode. Today's character is none other than Johnny Test. Why, you might ask? Well, he happened to win the most recent community tab poll on the channel. So, yeah, as you can see, he won 43% of the votes. Pretty convincingly. Second place had 19%, then there's 15, a 13, and a 9. So yeah, it wasn't even close. So Johnny Test gets his own episode, and as always, we will run over a few ideas for some moves, some alternate costumes, and of course some taunt or maybe winning animations. So let's get into it, shall we? Up first, move number 1. I think this one would be pretty fun in a unique sort of way, right? We're gonna go with Hurricane Hands. Now, how does this work? Johnny Test, using his hurricane hands, works simply by him having his arms transform into these, I guess you could say, small hurricanes, these these wind funnels, whatever you want to call it. But the attack itself will have Johnny point his hands or arms forward, and it just shoots like a gust of wind at the opponent, or it just shoots it in the direction you're facing, right? So the gust of wind itself doesn't deal any damage, but this is just a pure knockback sort of attack. So anybody that's played Smash Bros as a easy comparison, Mario's down special, his flood, where it just pushes the opponent away, something similar to that would be pretty cool. So yeah, it's more of a, you know, kind of mess with your opponent kind of thing. But again, because this could be a very powerful move, and since it might not have the biggest startup, I guess it could have a pretty long cooldown. So you get one shot to fire out this gust of wind, and if you miss it and the opponent doesn't get hit by it, well then you just kind of wasted the attack. So you got to be smart with it, but at the same time, if you are able to connect this attack when your opponent's trying to recover back on stage or whatever it might be, I get, in a way, it's not really a high risk attack, but it's kind of that high risk, high reward type of deal. It's kind of, it's weird, but yeah, there's move number 1. Move number 2, I guess it's called the butt blast. Basically, he cracks a rat. Okay, here's how it works. Johnny's butt blast, as we're calling this, I guess, it basically has him fart. Yeah, but while he does this, flames come shooting out. So in the episode where he does this to kind of melt snowmen, yeah. So the way I kind of envision this attack working is it can actually be used in like multiple different ways. But one way that I figured, what if this was his up special, like his recovery move? So like he cracks a rat. I hate saying he just farts. Yes, he farts, but the flames shoot downwards, but it kind of propels him up like a rocket, kind of taking off. So this is his way of, you know, vertical recovery, but at the same time, the flames that come shooting out could be the, you know, that's the attacking part of the attack. That's what's going to end up dealing damage. Or if you really wanted to, you could kind of have the same sort of idea, but this could just be his down air spike instead. So it got to be a little bit above him, but it's going to have a little bit of reach and it could spike. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting idea because sure, why not? You got to have a little bit of fun with the moveset when you're coming up with stuff. But yeah, I guess move number 2 is his butt blast. Sure. Move number 3. All right, so if anyone's ever seen Johnny Test, you will know that they overuse the whip sound effect, right? They overuse it. So what if we actually gave him an attack with an actual whip? Yeah, that's right, an actual, I guess we'll call it a lasso. I mean, Wonder Woman kind of has the same sort of thing, but either way, you know, it's a whip, it's a lasso. We all can understand what it would do, right? But it could be a pretty decent, you know, damage racker upper, kind of like a big one-hit kind of attack, right? Cracks the whip. Of course, you got to get the sound effect in there because it wouldn't be Johnny Test if you didn't have the whipping sound effect. But, you know, it does pretty decent damage, could have pretty decent knockback to it. And, you know, the attack, it's simple, right? He just cracks the whip forward, whatever it might be. This could be his grounded side attack. Maybe it's his forward or a side air, I guess. Like, I want to say forward. I'm still on Smash for some reason, but side air, side ground attack, whatever it might be, just cracks the whip forward and knocks the opponent, backwards if it ends up hitting the attack. So, or if the attack is successful, I should say. But either way, I just think it would be fitting if you really want to get that whipping sound effect in Johnny Test moveset somewhere. So yeah, just give him an actual lasso, give him the actual whip to go. Oh, yeah, it made sense. It makes sense. Now let's move on to the alternate costumes. Got 3 different ideas here for you. So we're gonna start with one that's simple. We'll call it the prison look, the little blue jumpsuit that him and Dookie get when they're in the prison. Yeah, as always, their alternate costume ideas doesn't mean that they're going to happen, doesn't mean many people will even like the idea, but it's just something to get the... If you've never seen the character, that's kind of what I want, just kind of like demonstrate a few different looks. And trust me, there are many I could have chosen for him, but this is just kind of one thing I thought of, so that's one. But here's a second one. The Western Johnny. Yeah, we just showed this with the actual lasso whip, but what if you give him the Western look as well? I guess that it kind of fits as well, right? It gets the whole get up. So yeah, Western look. We got the prison look for the first one, but of course, I think the last one and maybe the most obvious one, Johnny X. Come on, right? Come on, this had to be. I could see them probably putting this as like a legendary skin, and they're like, yeah, it's gonna cost 2,000 Gleamium. Oof, yeah, Multiversus needs to do something with their pricing, but that's not what the video is about. Either way, Johnny X would be a perfect idea for an alternate costume, nonetheless. So there you go. It's just 3 ideas. I guess we're called Prison Johnny, Western Johnny, and Johnny X. Now let's talk about those taunt or winning animations. Let's see, Robot Dance. This is the first one. I guess this could be his winning animation. And wouldn't it be fun? Look, so you know how Rick has Mr. Meeseeks in one of his winning animations? What if Johnny Test had Dookie in one of his winning animations? And they're just kind of like dancing with each other, right? Johnny's doing the little robot dance that he's doing in the little clip that you've seen there, so it works. I think that would be that would work. I think that'd be cool. Plus, it's a cool little nod to more characters in the show at least. So it worked. It's an idea, and I think it's a good one. That's why I included it. But one more idea here, real quick. Characters taunt. Sometimes you hear a little bit of a dialogue, or you hear some sort of sound cue or something. So why not get the one where he says, "Finally, some action." Now, wouldn't this be perfect for, maybe this is like perfect for his like intro, like he comes into the match and then right away goes, finally some action. Or maybe you're having a really good match and this is an actual taunt. You're having a good back and forth. You get your opponent, the opponent gets you, you're both up to like 120% damage, and then you're like, yeah, finally I'm getting some good action out here, instead of just somebody running away from me the whole time, or me getting slapped across the entire map, because that's not fun either. But either way, I think it's a fun idea, and it works, and it does work. That's the important thing. Now for the yay or nay portion. I do think Johnny is a fun little character, I really do, but I'm gonna say nay. The only reason I always try to stick true to my I know it's a lot, but top 50. Would Johnny Test be a part of my top 50 most wanted characters? No, he would not. So if he can't make that list, I'm gonna say nay on this one. Although I have no problems. I think he could be fun. I think a lot of people would have fun with that whipping sound effect. So heck, you could even probably throw that into one of his taunts as well. It just cracks a whip, or it just does like a little point or something, and then it's got the whip sound effect on. It makes sense, but I think he would be fun. But for me, it's going to be a nay. Let me know what you guys got down in the comments, yay or nay. Do you want to see him playable, or don't you want to see him playable? Either way, that is going to be it for this one. And a very quick reminder, next Sunday will be a brand new updated yay or nay stats. So no new character next week, but the updated stats will, I guess, return Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. But updated stats next weekend, so look forward to that. But either way, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.